Gender pay disparity, which highlight the financial inequality between male and female employees, is often measured as a percentage of male mean salary and directly ties into the broader concept of workforce diversity, which emphasizes equality and inclusivity regardless of gender, age, religion, or ethnicity. Addressing the gender pay gap is fundamental to fostering workplace diversity and inclusion, as it ensures fairness, motivation, and justice while enhancing organization, performance, and innovation. With rising societal and governmental emphasis on social justice, addressing this issue is more critical than ever. This report explores the connection between gender pay disparity and workplace diversity by examining key statistics, causes, and consequences, and conclude with recommendations for fostering inclusivity and equality in the workforce for a fairer and more productive future.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Asjad bin Khairuddin. My number metric 288364. I'm going to talk about case study. So the issue in this case, the first is widening gender pay gap. The gender pay gap in Malaysia is increasing with women earning, which is 42,018 annually compared to men's, which is 63,117. It reflecting a significant disparity root in cultural norms and bias against women's negotiation skill. And the second is impact of caregiving roles. Means a societal expectation often designed women as primary caregivers, limiting their career advancement and financial independence. This expectation results in women exiting the workforce more frequently than men. And third is need for legal reforms. For example, the Nashzren of the Women's Aid Organization emphasizes that legal reforms are essential for enforcing equal pay and addressing gender discrimination in the workplace. And the last is cultural shifts and support. It means promoting fair negotiation practices and challenging traditional gender roles are crucial for empowering women. Organizations should foster inclusive cultures that support women's career development and salary negotiation.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurin Zahirah Binti Nordin, metric number 284919. Today I will be discussing the gender pay gap, a persistent global issue that continues to affect women across all regions and industries. Despite growing awareness, the gender pay gap remains a significant problem. On average, women earn just 77 cents for every dollar men make. While some progress has been made, the global parity rate has only risen from 58% in 20s to 60.1% in 2023. At this pace, achieving full gender equality in the job market could take up to 169 years. Globally, Nordic nations are leading in gender equality. For instance, Iceland has closed 91.2% of its gender gap and Norway has reduced 88.6%. These achievements are largely due to proactive measures such as implementing gender quota in leadership roles and offering affordable childcare options to support working women. On the other hand, regions like South Asia and the Middle East face greater challenges with gender parity at 62% and 60% respectively. Cultural belief and barriers in these regions significantly limit women's participation in the workforce. In Malaysia, there has been notable progress with the country achieving 89% gender parity. This is better than many developing nations but still falls behind global leaders like Iceland. While fields such as public administration and education exhibit more balance due to standardized pay systems, challenges persist in high-paying industries like technology and finance. These sectors experience occupational segregation and lack of women in leadership roles, which contribute to widening the gap. Malaysia's situation reflects global trends, particularly in closing the pay gap for new hires. While there has been progress in entry-level and mid-level positions, systemic changes are needed to achieve lasting equality. To address this issue, Malaysia could consider introducing leadership quota to ensure fair representation, providing greater support for working mothers through better maternity benefits and flexible work arrangement, and adopting successful policies from Nordic nations such as offering affordable childcare option. In conclusion, the gender pay gap remains a pressing issue worldwide, and Malaysia is no exception. While the country has made significant strides, there is still much work to be done by addressing barriers and implementing policies that promote gender equality. We can create more fair opportunities for women and move closer to closing the gap. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohamad Naim Mohamad Rasli. My number matric 295205. And I will talk about 4.0 causes of the gender pay gap. Gender wage differentials arise from structural and social factors such as occupational segregation, differing work schedules, and caregiving responsibilities. Next, I will talk about 4.1 occupation and industry. Point number 1. Industry and occupational segregation. Women are overrepresented in low-paying jobs such as babysitting, cleaning, and home health assistant, and underrepresented in high-paying fields like engineering, technology, and finance. Next, undervalued feminine roles. Fields dominated by women often see decreased average salaries even when experience, education, and skills are accounted for. Next, barriers in male-dominated industry. Workplace culture and bias discourage women from entering or advancing in male-dominated fields. Next, pay disparities. Women earn significantly less than men in the same profession, even in female-dominated roles, such as nurses earn 89.4%, receptionists earn 78.7% of male counterparts' earnings. Next, impact on women of color. Black and Hispanic women disproportionately work in lower paying sector, losing over 89 billion annually. The last one is systemic challenges. Reducing the gender wage gap requires addressing educational access, discriminatory practices, and societal belief about gender roles. The last one, I will talk about 4.2, working pattern. First point, part-time work disparity. In the Europe, 28% of women work part-time compared to 8% of men, driven by social norms and family obligations like childcare and housework. Next, career interruptions. Around one-third of women take time off for childcare compared to 1.3% of men, lowering women's salaries, work experience, and career advancement opportunities. Next, unpaid labor. Women work more hours weekly when combining paid and unpaid labor, earning less per hour while contributing more non-monetary labor. Next, underrepresentation in leadership. Women occupy only 34% of management roles in the Europe and earn 23% less than men in equivalent position. Next, long-term impact. Cumulative factor lead to lower lifetime earnings, limited savings, and a higher risk of poverty in retirement for women. The last one is structural solution. Addressing the wage gap requires policies such as flexible work schedules, fair parental leave, and affordable childcare to balance paid and unpaid labor and enhance women workforce participation.
Hi, my name is Aaqil bin Ahmad Zubaidi, and I will continue to present about the impact of gender pay gap. Firstly, the gender pay gap in Malaysia significantly affects women's financial independence and the broader economy. On average, women earn 33% less than men, which reduces their income and purchasing power. This limits their ability to spend, weakening consumer demand, a critical driver of economic growth. Additionally, the underutilization of women's skills due to lower wages hampers productivity and competitiveness in the workforce. By addressing this disparity, we can unlock greater economic freedom, improve resource utilization, and boost overall production, creating a more equitable and prosperous economy for everyone. Second, the gender pay gap leads to an inefficient use of human capital, with occupational segregation often facing women in lower paying fields, limiting their opportunities for skill development and career growth. Pay disparities also negatively affect workplace morale, reducing productivity and increasing employee turnover. Structural behavior such as the sticky claw effect further hinder women from advancing into a higher paying roles. By ensuring pay parity and providing equal opportunities, we can create a more motivated and productive workforce, driving economic growth and fostering a more equitable workplace environment. Third is the gender pay gap has long-term effect on women's financial security, particularly in retirement. Lower lifetime earnings mean women accumulate less pension, wealth, and receive fewer retirement benefits. Occupational segregation and limited career advancement opportunities further widen this gender pension gap. As a result, women are at a higher risk of facing financial instability and poverty in their later years. Addressing this disparity is crucial to ensuring equal retirement security and reducing the financial vulnerabilities women face as they age. And the last one is the gender pay gap also affects Malaysia tax revenue and economic development. Women earn only 66 ringgit for every 100 earned by men, significantly reducing their taxable income and overall tax contribution. Additionally, the lower female labor force participation rate of 55.8% further shrinks the taxable income pool. This decline in tax revenue limits the government spending on essential services like healthcare and education, ultimately hindering economic growth. Addressing the gender pay gap is essential not only for fairness but also for strengthening the nation's fiscal stability and development.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syafiza Atiqah Binti Shahrifuzain with metric number 295583. So today I'm going to present to you about the diversity and inclusions in the workforce. Diversity and inclusions are essentials for fostering innovations, productivity and fairness in the modern workplace. D&I in labor economy address a big gap labor market inefficiency and organizational performance, highlighting both social and economic benefit. But the concept of diversity encompasses difference in gender, race, age, ability, and more, while inclusions ensure the individual feel valued and able to contribute fully. Effectiveness D&I policies such as Malaysia's Women Empower Year address barrier to participation, reduce gaps and increase economic growth by tapping into the underutilized talent pools. So let's continue in the factors influence diversity. So several key factors influence workforce diversity in Malaysia. First one is demographic and social cultural factors. Because Malaysia has a multi-ethnic society in diverse talent pool, but a gender stereotype limit women participation, especially in high-paying industry like finance and engineering. The second one is a gender pay gap. Women still earn less than men for a similar role due to hiring bias and the glass ceiling. This gap reduces a Malaysia economic potential. The third one, a government policy. Malaysia has a policy like the Employment Act 1955 to promote diversity, but enforcement remains a challenge. The last one is education and skill development. Although more women enroll in university, they are underrepresented in the STEM field like technology and finance, which limit the access to high-paying jobs. Habis. Alright, next let's look at the strength and the weakness of the workforce diversity. The strength, a diverse team bring creativity and innovation, which improve problem solving and decision making. Companies like Bank has shown the gender diversity in a leadership can lead to better business outcome. Economic benefit. The inclusive program, the Malaysia Career Comeback program, increase the workforce participations and reduce unemployment, especially for women and marginalized groups. The weakness. However, diversity also presented challenge. Communications barrier can arise in the multi-ethnic teams. In industry like manufacturing, language difference can slow down the project. They are also resistant to change in the male-dominant sector like engineering. Without the proper policy, company risk tokenism, where diversity is only for show without real progress. To conclude, diversity and inclusion are critical for improving the labour market outcome in Malaysia. However, to fulfill the unlock the potential of a diversity workforce, we need to address the key challenges such as the gender pay gap, culture-based bias, and access to education. By creating inclusive environment and enforcing equitable policy, organizations can derive economic growth, creativity, and fairness in the labour market. That's all for me. Thank you.
So, next we are discussing an effective strategy for narrowing the gender pay gap. One of the most effective way is to reduce pay disparities is through pay equity and transparency. Transparency can be improved by disclosing pay scale in job posting to reduce bias and conducting regular pay audits to ensure salaries for a similar role are equitable, which result published to demonstrate commitment to a fairness. Moreover, pay setting should rely on objective criteria like job recruitment, market rates, and qualification rather than a pure salary or a negotiation skill. In addition, standardized pay practice can help build trust and ensure consistency. Furthermore, non-biased hiring practice play a key role in promoting fairness. For example, blind recruitment, where a personal detail such as name and gender are removed from a resume, and a diverse interview panels can minimize bias and expand opportunities for underrepresented groups. Similarity, promoting diversity in leadership is crucial. This can be achieved through initiative like mentorship programs, employee resource group, and also setting measurable diversity goal for a leadership position to drive accountability and inclusivity. Lastly is supporting work-life balance through a flexible arrangement such as remote work, equal parental leave, and also a children care assistant. Also can enable employees to meet both a personal and a professional responsibility. Ultimately, by implementing these strategies, organization can foster equitable workplace where everyone has an opportunity to thrive.
Gender pay gap and workforce diversity are critical issues that impact economic growth, social justice, and human capital governance. In Malaysia and many other countries, factors like occupational segregation and cultural norms, combined with unequal employment opportunities, result in women being concentrated in lower-paying jobs with limited career advancement. This disparity reduces women purchasing power, tax contribution, and also affecting organization efficiency. Addressing this challenge requires promoting equal recruitment, leadership development, and workplace inclusion. Closing the pay gap and enhancing diversity through transparent wage and workplace flexibility is vital for building a sustainable and equitable society.